so much surgery can go on to the face. You can't do anything to the hip. There's no touching it. Likewise, in the skull, there's no touching the eye distances. You cannot separate the skull and bring it together. You cannot separate the skull and move it further apart. There's too many important organs in one place. So the skull is a great defining marker. My old teacher Bevy says it's khaki as now because it's been used against Bevy. But as I discovered skulls, everybody who saw it, even Sean, knew I was onto something. When I could see the size of dogs, it was dogs' faces that did it. Boy and girl dogs. I was looking at Rottweilers and Shepherds, Spaniels, and all of a sudden it dawned on me, boys have got bigger faces. And then I could see this, boys have got bigger faces, and it really dawned on me how to recognise a big face. Like that one there, that's a big face. But when I look at Ronaldo, I've got a small skull and a small face, look, tiny ears. She's a tall, slender woman, she really is. Arms akimbo, look, hanging away. We're talking shoulder to elbow away from the body, look. Like when a girl runs, it's the same, elbows out. Ronaldo, biologically female, look at this. From the rear, you should all know what it looks like. Foot and knee out towards 8 o'clock or 4 o'clock, whichever way you want to call it. That is from Digwa, from Flamingo. Broken leg, zig and zag, whatever you want to call it. Stairfail look, knee and foot rotating outwards instead of punching forwards. And there it is. No demons in the kneecaps, look, just pudginess. Because women, no matter how fit they are, have a subcutaneous layer of fat, 15% body fat, in case you get pregnant. You see, Almighty God, the creator of all, created Eve with an inbuilt security system in case she got pregnant, 15% body fat. A man can burn down to 3% body fat. That's why you see more bones and cartilage when you look at a man. Cristiano Ronaldo is a girl. Let's add up the Portuguese team for this lineup. Ronaldo, I've definitely got her. There she is. There's Ronaldo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. CR7 gates. The power of forensics is phenomenal. God left you a great clue, not to his own existence, not only to his own existence, but to who's lying to you. And when you understand why, it all makes sense. It makes sense why they hate Jesus. Some of them can talk about Jesus, preach about Jesus, recant his the Bible word for word. No, I can't do that. But then I don't need a book to know that God's real. I don't need a book to tell me how to live my life. I'm a sentient being. I've always been aware of many things. I was never really a horrid person in my life. I've made many mistakes, and I'm sure many of us have. But I was never really a horrid... These people are horrid people. Even though that video I saw where Ronaldo is being nice to his fans and the ball boys and all this, she has still sacrificed their children to Baal. That's horrid. It's a horrid person, right? I don't care how much you want to try and normalise this on me. It's not normal to do that to children, to babies, because that's what we're talking about. I'm not talking about... They don't operate on them as babies, right? They don't do that. You have to develop. The skeleton has to develop so far. But they start giving them... Well, you know, I'm sure you've done the research. They give them all the drugs and stuff first. Chemically castrate them before they've even turned 13. And then you're just like... Well, maybe that's why Amanda sucked on my neck, because at that point he'd had 13 years of pretending to be Amanda instead of whoever he's meant to be, a man. 13 years of lying and deceiving, knowing the world was flat, knowing that space don't exist, knowing that satellites hang on balloons. These people know the truth about the world, along with the same reality that you live in. These people live a different reality. These people live more like I do, like a flat earther does. Well, I say flat earther. I'm a trans investigator. Like, when you realise the earth's flat, everything that you thought was serious just goes onto the back shelves, doesn't it? All the stuff that they put in your life, TV shows and rock concerts and football, just boxers for me, magicians, all went to the back shelf. I just cleared everything so that I could get to know God, so that I could learn about Jesus and his teachings, because these people do not want you to forgive. It says quite clearly in the Lord's Prayer, forgive me my trespasses as I forgive those who trespass against me. You're going to ask God for mercy. You're going to ask him for forgiveness. I don't know if these people care. I really don't. I wouldn't be able to sleep knowing I was affecting children around the world. I wouldn't. And that's what these people do. They affect lives all around the world, because the oligarchy, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, the Rosicrucians, the Jesuits, whatever you want to call them, the Masons, whatever you want to call them all, they control everything. The banking systems, the medical systems, the education systems. They're the ones that are faking everything, psyoping the world. I'm not even allowed to mention where they come from. I'm not allowed to mention where they come from. The shysters. But I can tell you who they are. They are the synagogue of Satan. They truly are the synagogue of Satan. They are allowed to lie to us and pretend to be our friends. Caesar style, you know, Romano, Caesar, as in Julius. It's simple. God created male and female in his own image. God created man in his own image. That'll do. God created man in his own image. Male and female created he them. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. So we were created in the image of God. Satan hates us, for we can get back into heaven, the place he's not allowed to go, because he'll never be sorry for anything he's done to mankind. And Satan's had the rule over this place forever. Who is Satan? Well, he's the greatest trickster in the world. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was making the world believe it didn't exist. There you go. That's the one that was in the Bible. This used to be in the Bible. It's not in the Bible anymore, but it used to be in the Bible. And they took it out. Why? Why did you take it out? It was drawn in 1700 and something, wasn't it? About the same time America was done. July the 4th, it's coming. July the 4th's coming, baby. The devil's got a pair of boobs. Some people will say, well, that means the devil's a woman. No, it means it's a man with a pair of boobs. The goat-head God, as above, so below. As within, so without. So, on the inside, I'm a male skeleton. On the outside, I look like a male. The devil inverted that. On the inside is a male. On the outside, he looks like a female. The devil wears Prada. These statues are all around the world. Shows your children hailing Satan. And this is being normalised. You wonder why the world is the way it is. It's because you don't care. Well, not you, but your friends and family. All the people around you The normies, as I like to call them, the sheeple, they don't care. They don't care if this is the truth. They don't care if bendy water doesn't exist. I want to see bendy snow. Show me bendy snow. Show me bendy snow. I can take a tennis ball outside, let snow fall on it and see bendy snow. Now let me see that in real life. You can't. Snow always lays flat. Always falls flat. Seabed, seafloor, prairie dog plains. It bores me. I'm a trans investigator. The earth is flat. There's no doubt about it. But trying to convince your friends and family of that will send you around the twist. You'll go crazy before you'll convince one. It's that simple. This, however, is really easy to show people. They know how women walk. You teach them how a man walks, and once you've learnt those two gaits, it's game over. No matter what you think about someone's skull check, the gait defines everything. Don't get me wrong, the skull check is beautiful. When you haven't got gaits, the skull check is beautiful. But when you have got gaits, it ends everything. All conversations are ended when you see crossed legs. And Cristiano Ronaldo has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crossed legs pictures. We're done. Next, Raphael Leo. I don't think we've got this one. Let's have a quick look. See. Raphael Leo. Paste. Images. And there she is doing the shh sign. Shh. They love getting they love to get the baps out, look, these FTMs. A female Q line, elbows out. Look at that Q line, it's huge. Again, she has quite wide eyes because she's Afro American. Is she American? Afro Portuguese, but she still has a small featured face, small skull, small ears. Once you get used to seeing that small face, the reason it doesn't stand out is because they're surrounded by other small faces. It's when you stand them next to people like me that the obvious becomes apparent. I've got a picture of Horatio stood next to an English footballer, Premier League. I was at a birthday party entertaining, and Raish was allowed to come. And I'll tell you now, they treat Raish like a prince. They did. The flip-flops, the footballers, they was kind and gracious to me as well. But they knew they were deceiving me, right? I was there to be the magician, but the real magicians were right in front of me and I couldn't see them. Men pretending to be women, women pretending to be men. The whole party must have been full of them. It wasn't just a footballer, because it had been the friends and family too. And I didn't know. Joke's on you. Your full face, Peter. Raphael Leo, I just need your face first. Let's start with your face. Tiny ears, closer eyes, arching eyebrows. Look, a brow bone implant, but her eyes are still, even though wider than a Caucasian woman, still close set. It's a small face, look. There's a better shot of it. With her chin down a bit. See that 5 head better. Done, right there. Raphael Leo. I've never seen this person or heard of this person before, I don't think. Check the back file. Yeah, there is no Raphael Leo. Game over right there. I'm going to take these pictures because we don't have this one. Raphael Leo. I've got some more. Go back a pic. Was there another one up here? Did I see one? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that one with the Q line. We'll come back for it if I need it. Let's continue down. That's a beautiful one, that one was. From Digwa, look. Both of them are Digwa gates, look. From Flamingo. The zig and zag leg. You saw it on Mr. E's gate here. Mrs. E's right there, that one. Doing a digwa. I did say that last night as well, didn't I, when I had a quick look at it. But there's nothing new under the sun, right, for me to finally get the gates of Mr. E. We already skull checked him, we already knew. But the gate is final. And Sean knows that, I know that. It puts to rest anybody saying that we've cheated the skull. Because the trolls, they take a 50-50 face and put the wrong skull on it and say it's a man or it's a woman or whatever. State of them gates. Look at these gates. Diamond. Look, Digwa. Digwa. About to Digwa. Look at them all. They're all in Digwa. Walking. That is it. That's the only gate. I've got 1, 2 gates. I'll have to take that one as well. Straight-legged boyfriend on the left. Understanding that men keep the knees together and women don't keep the knees together, look. Knees together, knees separated. Once you understand this, you will see it in real life and you'll notice it, I'm telling you. It's not as easy though because people are in motion. But you'll see the straight legs, knees together when you see a man. When you see a woman, you'll expect that. Like she's stepping over invisible dog poo, look. That's what it looks like. I quite like that one as well. Do you know what? I think I'll have to... hang on, let's put street in. I might be able to finish her off on the street. That's a nice inline right there. We'll take that one. Feet at 8 and 4. Knees at 8 and 4, look. Same on the stairs, it's exaggerated. If it was a man, the knee and the foot would be over here, not pointing out towards 4 o'clock. Both prove that this is a woman. God is great. And again, 8 and 4. He walks just like Mr. E. Mr. E, where's that shot? It's that one right there. See if it might be bigger on Sean's. Let's see if we get a bigger picture of it. It is. Right there. I told you that calf was bending outward. And that is exactly what I'm seeing there. Save image. Just remember, when you haven't got the gates, you are going to have to know how to skull check. I like that one, it's too small. I like that one, it's too small. It's really clear though. Do you know what? I will take it, I don't care. Save image. We're done. There's Lau, done. Next. Bernardo Silva. Do you know what? I should put the names up there when I do this. Search. I don't think I've got this one. We'll have a quick look.